Today I am going to tell you about some secrets of our Prime Minister, how our Prime Minister works for 16 to 18 hours a day. People in the world, many people in the world cannot even imagine to work for 16 to 18 hours a day at the age of 73, right? It seems to me that the secret lies in the strength he gets as a theist person, because he is a believer of God Almighty. He is a spiritual person. India actually is a spiritual country. Here most people in India are spiritual. You may believe or not. I am saying that my mother at the age of 83 still gets up early in the morning, and then she cleans the floor, and then she goes to pluck flowers. After that she comes back and cleans the temple with water, sweep it, and then she performs puja. I have been saying this for last how many years, when I grew my sense. So India is basically a spiritual country, and Narendra Modi is a spiritual person. When a person is spiritual from heart, he cannot do any wrong. The atheists will never understand this. The atheists will never realize this. If you want to realize, then you have to be a spiritual person. If you are a spiritual person, then you will understand his attitude, his way of talking, his face, his appearance, right, and his thought process. To realize him, you have to become a theist person first. Second, our Prime Minister is very much spiritual at heart. He still does meditation. We have seen, it is not opposition parties and many people say that it is दिखावट के लिए करते हैं, मगर नहीं. You will not understand how a person can be empowered, how a person gets inspiration, how a person can relate himself with God, direct link with God whenever you will do meditation. If you do meditation, you will be able to create a direct connection with God Almighty. God will bless you. God will save you. God will support you. God will protect you from any danger, any problem, right? So our Honorable Prime Minister is a spiritual person. He does meditation regularly. Do you know that every day he does yoga? Under his leadership, India's thousands-year-old yoga system, that yoga system has been popularized. After so many years of independence, we got independence in 1947, and under the leadership of Modi from 2014, India's yoga system has become an international yoga day. The people, office bearers in the world, the global leaders now do yoga. They do pranayam, and Indian Prime Minister does yoga every day. He also does pranayam daily, right? Do you know he keeps fasting during Navaratri? He keeps fasting on important days. So through his through his meditation, through his spiritualism, through his pranayam, he gets natural energy. He gets energy from the environment. He gets energy from Mother Nature. Mother Nature gives him or energizes him to work for the country. Next, he is a nobleman. He is a nobleman with noble thoughts. When one person thinks nobly, does nobly, and works nobly, he becomes a sage. And Narendra Modi himself is a sage actually, a politician, a sage. As a politician, we are fortunate. I like me, millions of Indians are fortunate to have such a prime minister, such a sage prime minister. You see, Kautilya said, Rajarshi means Raja plus Rishi, means king plus sage. A king will be like a sage, and this our prime minister is like a sage. We saw that we know that our the first prime minister Jawaharlal Nehru also used to do yoga, pranayam, and he used to do exercise. So our honorable prime minister Narendra Modi also does pranayam, yoga, and he does more than that. Okay, he keeps fasting. Just imagine, during Navaratris. And our prime minister maintains a dignity. Our honorable prime minister maintains a dignity. He always thinks for the development of the downtrodden people. He always thinks for the peace and prosperity of the world. You see India's foreign policy, you see India's national development policies, you see India's domestic policies, you see the rules, you see the laws being formulated under Modi. Those are so unique that not a single prime minister even thought of, not a single prime minister in India even thought of to table such a law, right? Like Article 370, then we will say that triple talaq, provisional triple talaq, then GST. GST is a unique creation of Modi, construction of Ram temple. So you see how God also is giving, God also is helping him, God also is giving him power. God tells him that you do this, and he does this. He guides him. I think that God himself guides him through the bureaucrats, through his associates, through his ministers, through his other people, or through the common citizens of India. Right. So this is our prime minister, and he gets more energy with little sleep. Do you know? He never sleeps during daytime. But what we do during holidays or on Sundays when we get, our school remains closed, our office remains closed, what we do? We sleep. We take a nap during midday. But he never sleeps during day. I read that Napoleon also used to sleep for 3, 4, 5 hours. He also sleeps for 4, 5, maximum 6 hours a day. But still he gets energy for his pranayam, for his spirituality, for his yoga, for his less eating. Right? I learned in my childhood, speak less, eat less. He does so. That is why he is great. You see, many of the Indian leaders criticize him. They want to come to power. Yeah, definitely you will come to power. You show the people of India a better alternative. better spiritualism, better corruptionless government. So, people will definitely accept you, people will definitely give you more votes, people will definitely come to power, bring you in power. But you have been failed. People have experienced UPA 1 and 2. It was a corrupt government, and during 2013 and 2014, prior to the election, prior to coming Mr. Modi in power, the Dr. Manmohan Singh's government became paralyzed. Communist Party, withdrew its support from the Manmohan Singh government. What happened? Due to nuclear deal, once again this Congress Party has made a Gathbandhan with CPI. They are fighting in West Bengal. Congress and Trinamool Congress Party and Trinamool Congress Party are fighting in West Bengal. People all know. All people know in West Bengal. 10 crore people know. Out of 10 crore, all the politically conscious people know. But in Delhi, they are eating teas together. They are taking tea together. They are eating biryani together. They are mingling together. They are shaking hand together. They are taking selfies together. How funny! This Gathbandhan can be a Gathbandhan of interest, a Gathbandhan of making India or taking India towards a corrupt country, taking India behind. India's progress can never be possible in this way. With those people, they are the completely opposition or opposite ideology they cherish. With opposition ideologies, with completely different ideologies, how can they become closer? They are being or coming closer because they have some common interest. Common interest, what common interest? Because they want to come in power. They want that Mr. Modi will go away, Mr. Modi will defeat in the election, Mr. Modi will not be in power, because he is a strong man, he is a disciplined man, he is fighting against corruption, he is fighting against poverty, he is fighting against joblessness of our youth, he is fighting against bringing our removing our bad name, he is fighting against malnutrition, he is fighting against gender disempowerment, he is fighting against war, he is fighting against anti-national people, he is fighting against terrorists. So these are his drawbacks. But the people of India are wise now. They are educated. They know how India is safe under his leadership, right? So this our Indian Prime Minister is a disciple. Disciple means in mind, not direct disciple of Swami Vivekananda, right? Narendra, Swami Vivekananda's earlier name was Narendranath Datta, and our Prime Minister's name is also Narendra Modi. So this Narendra, this very name signifies, it's a significant name. So Narendra Modi is a Bhakt of our greatest monk of India, Swami Vivekananda, who popularized India in the eyes of the Western people, right? Similarly, Narendra Modi also popularizing India, taking India in the world arena, taking India ahead, taking India's glory, taking India's culture, taking India's pride, taking India's soft power in the world stage. That's why people of India love him. That's why people in the world respect him. Okay. So he does not like junk food. No, he doesn't like junk food. So he is very, I say that he is very pragmatic. He may be very simple person, but he is a very pragmatic person in relation to foreign policy, in relation to business, in relation to international trade, in relation to peace and war. Right. So that is why world leaders respect him. There is not a forum, may it be business forum, may it be a peace forum, may it be war related discussion, India cannot be avoided. And India's Prime Minister's voice has a significance in their discussion, right? So all these things have made him a great leader, and this greatness has made him one of the most popular leaders in the world. His lifestyle is simple, very simple lifestyle. He is not a corrupt person. People talk about his education, forget his education. He is an educated person in true sense. His education, his personality has enlightened thousands of researchers, thousands of teachers, thousands of scientists, thousands of doctors, thousands of cultivators, thousands of India's writers, thousands of politicians, other politicians, right? So through his discipline, he leads a very disciplined life, and his mental fortitude is also very strong. And you will see that always there is a peace and calmness in his words, in his attitude, and in his gesture, and in his behavior, or in his conversation with global leaders. He thinks the world equal. He thinks he has an informal relation with top global leaders. Take the examples of Donald Trump, very good friends of Donald Trump. At the same time, he is a very good friend of Joe Biden. At the same time, he is a good friend of Barack Obama, because people all know that once he kept his hand over his shoulder, Barack Obama's shoulder. So this was a unique picture. No prime minister could ever dare put hand on the shoulder of a US president. So this was our Modi. His relation with Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel, his relation with Rishi Sunak, you see his relation with Emmanuel Macron, his relation with maybe businessmen, with Adanis, his relation with Anil Ambani, with Mukesh Ambani, his relation with Jeff Bezos, his relation with Bill Gates. So his relation with all these people are really great and very cordial. That is why our foreign direct investment is coming. He knows how to influence people through his spirituality, through his yoga, because he is in true sense a Rajarshi. With this, I would like to conclude here. I hope that you will enjoy this video, and please share this video with other people in the world, and spread the the name of our Honorable Prime Minister, so that he gets more encouragement, he gets more enthusiasm, and so that he works more for the development of our people. Right? With this, I would like to conclude here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.